Hi everybody, this is Elizabeth at Petals and Parchment. Thank you for joining me on my channel. Welcome to week number 6 for the Reflective Rolodex challenge, where we focus on gratitude and mindfulness and cultivating our art practices. Before we get started, let's go ahead and grab our candles and light those. Like to make a nice peaceful atmosphere and get ready to have some fun. Now, before we get into the journaling portion and the art portion of our video, let's start off by getting into a nice, calm, relaxing space by taking a few deep breaths. Fill your belly with air and exhale through your mouth, releasing all of your stress and anxiety that you might be holding on to this week. Relax, ease into your artistic headspace. Take another big deep breath in through your nose, breathing in calm, relaxing thoughts. Exhale through your mouth and get rid of all that tension. When you're ready, open your eyes and let's get started. So, looking at the journaling prompts this week, we're on week number 2 of February, and this is focusing on cultivating deep friendships. So go ahead and take a look at these prompts and see if any of them resonate with you, and after you've had some time to reflect, go ahead and pick one. I've already looked over these and I'm going to choose meaningful connections. Who in my life makes me feel valued and supported, and what are some ways that I can show gratitude? For me, definitely my design team helps me feel valued and supported. They're constantly working so hard to come up with great ideas and showcase their beautiful journals and artwork in the Facebook group, and every time I say hi or give them a new project, they're always so encouraging, and it goes beyond just the paper crafting. They're really true friendships that we're forging with people all over the world. One of our members is in Finland, and some are on the East Coast and the West Coast of the United States, and in Canada, and I'm sort of in the middle, in the Midwest. And it's just amazing how this paper crafting journey has brought us all together, and we feel like such a tight group of friends, and I'm so grateful for that. And they definitely make me feel valued and supported every single day. They show up for each other, they show up for me, they show up for themselves. They're vulnerable and honest and caring, and if we ever have anything going on in our lives, everyone is very supportive and offering friendship. So that's really important to me. And then I also am so lucky to have 2 best friends, Georgia and Sophie, and they're like sisters to me, the sisters that I got to choose. And I'm trying not to cry, but they really are phenomenal women, and I feel so blessed to have them in my life. Today is actually Georgia's birthday. Happy birthday, Georgia. And I'm so grateful for their love and friendship, and I couldn't do life without them. They're really remarkable women, and I am just so grateful that their paths have crossed with mine, and really special women. I'm so thankful for them. So some ways that I can show my gratitude: I try to reach out every day or at least every couple days if things get busy, just to let them know that I'm thinking about them. I think it's really important to make time to cultivate friendships so that they don't fall by the wayside. Life gets really busy, so you have to make sure to show the people that you love and care about that they're a priority to you. And so that's really important to me. Giving gifts is my love language, and so whether it's a parcel in the mail or a digital gift or a message, I just like to really show somebody that I care in those ways. So yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking about cultivating deep friendships. And so I would like to invite you to take a look at these journaling prompts and find something within them that resonates with you, or think of something else. It doesn't have to be one of these journaling prompts that makes you want to write about something. So I'm going to take just a moment to journal about something that I'm grateful for. I've had a really tough week this week, and I think in order to steer away from the negative thought patterns and the low frequency that I've been operating on the past couple of days, I'm going to instead turn towards what I'm grateful for and focus my attention on that instead. Raise the frequency that I'm living on so that I can start to turn my days around and not be stuck in any negative thought patterns that might be holding me back. I'd encourage you to take a moment to journal if you feel like it right now. If not, you can do it later and just fast forward through this portion. Okay, so I thought today we could do a faux mosaic tile card. And so I just went ahead and picked a blank card. I had some mixed media cards left over from the last couple weeks, and I cut out all these faux tiles. And so the way that I did that, I just took the leftover paper that I've printed from the kit, and then I inked around the edges. And so you just start with a strip of paper, and then you just start cutting wonky shapes, whatever shape you like this. Don't try to be too precious about it, and just cut up all your little paper scraps. If you don't have any scraps from cutting the kit, or the papers that you're using for this, then you could just use all of your scraps. Lord knows we have tons of those laying around. So just get some mosaic tiles, some faux tiles, and then I've also cut out a heart because we are in February after all. And so my thought was I'm gonna take the heart and some gems, and I'm just going to, hopefully this works, trace the heart with the gems to create a heart in the center, and then I'll do the mosaic tiles going outwards from that. Okay, that's pretty cute. And then I'm gonna set to work gluing. Let me scooch you a little closer here. I'm going to glue all of the mosaic tiles around the heart, and I'm gonna try to leave a small gap between all the tiles, just like you would see in a real mosaic artwork. I think it would be better if the pieces were smaller, so I'm just going to cut them down and ink the sides again where I cut. And it's okay if it hangs off, we're going to trim those off in a little while. Okay, here's what I have, and as you can see, I glued the pieces down, but I tried to leave little gaps in between all the pieces of paper, and I'll show you why in just a moment. But first, I'm just going to cut off all the excess edges here to clean it up a little bit. And I also glued my journaling card to the back. Not because I had really intended to do that, but mostly because I wanted to cover up this little spot that had a hole. And again, I'll show you why in just a moment. Okay, try to get these more even here. Make the paper work for you. That's my motto. Okay, I'm gonna get my table cleaned up here. I'll be right back. Okay, so the next step that I was thinking is I'm going to fill in all the gaps with glue and then pour some glitter over the top of it. I've got some Wow brand super fine bright white glitter. This actually says embossing powder. Maybe I'll get out the heat gun and try to emboss it. I thought this was super fine glitter, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, if you do this over a piece of paper, then you can just pour it all right back into your jar so that there's no waste. I'm gonna grab my heat gun. I'll be right back. Okay, here's my card. And because I used glue instead of embossing ink, it had a little bit different effect than normal, and some of it splattered over my gems. Okay, so it didn't quite turn out how I had planned. That's okay. I can definitely see this being a go-to technique that I use. I really like the mosaic tile idea, and I think with a little practice, it could really be a beautiful element in any journal. What I did here, because the embossing powder covered up my gems, is I just went back over them and made a little dot with a paint pen, and then I added a sentiment connection with a little bit of textile paper to give it a little bit of additional interest and to tie into the theme that we journaled about earlier. So that's it for me. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again next week. Until then, have a great crafty weekend. Bye!